Now back to Inside Real Estate. Here's Mike the Realtor.
Hey folks, we are back. It's Inside Real Estate with Mike Kruizinga. Website InsideRealEstateRadio.com, InsideRealEstateRadio.com. Time to talk a little bit of finance and business and mortgage with Miss Terri Wagner over Supreme Lending Rockwall. How's it going?
Good, Mike. How are you this morning?
I am awesome today.
Good.
Just awesome.
Good. Me too.
So let's talk a little mortgage and business, and we've always got all the best products and financing options and all the best interest rates with you guys.
Right.
So what's the latest scoop today?
Well, today I thought we would talk about something we haven't talked about before, and that is possibly some of our investors out there that have multiple financed properties.
Okay.
So for the longest, the maximum financed number of houses that you could have financed was 4. But there is now a product, it's been out a little bit, but there's now a product where you can finance up to 10 properties. That's not the number of homes that you own. You can own more than that.
Right.
But if you have an open mortgage, you can have up to 10, including the one that your new one that you would be doing.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to just touch on that real quick. In case
Okay.
we have some investors out there that are listening to us.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. And oftentimes this is great to talk about because so many times investors kind of get, relegated to the secondary market, if you will.
Right.
The private market or the hard money market. And maybe they don't always get, the best, bang for their buck. And so now to maybe have a little bit of competition, maybe some other options for maybe that smaller investor.
Right.
We're talking, not talking about the big guys, but the smaller guys. And oftentimes they get so taken advantage of, if you will.
Right. They do with those hard money lenders because the interest rates are terribly expensive.
They are.
And then you have to refinance in a short amount of time. They're not going to finance your loan for very long at all.
Right. They're generally interest only, and it's great if you need to get into a property.
Right.
But getting out. So this is great. I'm excited to hear about this.
Right. So even if you have one of those products, we can use this product to refinance you.
Get you
into
out.
one of our products. Yeah. So maximum loan to value, you have to have 15% equity or down in the property to be able to utilize this product. And what I want to talk about is this particular product is for the 7th through the 10th home that you're purchasing. So if you already own 6 properties, you would be this product if you're purchasing another going into the 7th. And the borrower eligibility, if it's multiple borrowers, they're going to count all of the open mortgages between both of the borrowers. So if one borrower has 3 and another borrower has 3 and they're buying another one together, even if they don't own those properties together, this one would be together, so it would be the 7th. Okay.
Got it.
So again, we have to have a 720 credit score and at least a 15% down or at least 15% equity if you're refinancing.
Okay.
And that's on your second home. And on your 1 to 4 unit properties, because we've talked about buying like duplexes and things. Mm-hmm. So if you're buying a 2 to 4 unit product, which is, again, a duplex, you have to have 25% down. So that's a 75% loan to value.
Okay.
But what I thought was really interesting is we can go up to a 55% debt to income ratio. And that's important on this product because the way your cash flow doesn't always equal what it looks like on paper.
Right.
So when we determine what your qualifying income is or what your qualifying net rent cash flow is from your other properties, that may be less than what you're actually thinking that it is. Mm-hmm. So we can go up to a 55% debt to income ratio on this particular product, which I think is really important.
Yeah, it is, and that's very helpful.
Right. And so then we need reserves, obviously, with every product that you have like this, you're going to have reserves. Mm-hmm. So they're going to look, and it's going to be ran through the automated system. And the automated system is going to tell us how many your particular loan, how many months of reserves we're going to need. And reserves, by the way, if you don't know, reserves are money that you have in the bank or a 401k or any type of savings account, money market, anything like that, of your monthly mortgage payments, this home as well as the other homes that you own. you need to have a certain number of months to cover those mortgage payments. That's a reserve. Okay. I don't think we've ever given the definition of that.
Yeah, we
kind
of assumed people know that, so it's good to explain it to them.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so interested party contributions, seller paid closing costs. You can have those on this product because it's an investment product, and a lot of investments you can't really have that. But because of the loan to value that we have with this product, you can. If it's a second home, if this is a second home for you, you can have up to 9% seller contribution. And if it's an investment property for you, you can have 2% contribution from the seller.
Okay.
Those contributions cannot go towards satisfying your reserves, though. Okay. So underwriting. Again, we talked about that this particular product is for the home number 7 through 10. This applies to the total number of properties that you have financed, not that you own. We can't have any bankruptcies or foreclosures in the last 7 years. No delinquencies, 30 days or greater, within the last 12 months on any mortgage debt at all. Out of all those mortgages that you have, you can't have any in the last year. No 30-day lates. Rental income, we're going to have to, because if you're purchasing house number 7, you have rentals. So you're going to have to support that rental income with 2 years tax returns, or for the length of time that you've owned the property if it was less than 2 years. So if you've only owned the property for a year, we're going to look at the last year's tax return and do the cash flow based on that.
Okay.
All right. Supreme Lending will only finance up to a maximum of 5 products and up to $2 million. So you can have other products. You just can't have all of them with Supreme Lending. Okay. So if you have other mortgages with other lenders, we can do up to 5 more through our company.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Well, definitely a great option. And, like I said, the smaller investor often doesn't get the best deals.
Right.
Because they probably already have a home that they live in. And so that next one it's going to be more than likely that 20% down. Sometimes there's some other options, or maybe they go hard money, go private lender, go to that secondary market. But at least, you guys give some additional options for that smaller investor. So, really folks, no matter where you are in that area, if you are already up into that 7th, 7th to 10th, or if you're somewhere south of there just looking for your first investment property, Supreme Lending's got a lot of great options for that smaller investor.
We do.
So highly recommend, giving Terri a call and to go over all of those options.
Right.
Because you're definitely going to be far better off with Terri than with either the big box lenders or who aren't going to really want to talk to you anyway.
Right.
What you want a second home, a second mortgage, an investment property? We don't really want to talk to you about that.
Because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of lenders out there that don't really know anything about doing an investment mortgage.
Right.
So you definitely, when you're calling and you're shopping, get a feel for who you're talking to. If they sound like they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to your investment purchase, then immediately disconnect from that conversation and give me a call. We've done lots of investment transactions through our office, and I kind of like them.
Yeah, and you got to remember, investments are investments, and they can, if you don't get with the right partners to finance your investments, things can go south for you really quickly.
Very fast.
I mean, how many times do I come across foreclosures where somebody tried to buy an investment property and they did an interest only, and then they weren't able to either do what they needed to do. Either they bought it for a flip and weren't able to flip it in time and get all the construction work done in time, or they bought it to rent it and weren't able to rent it in time, and they went with, some hard money, interest only, and then boom, they had to walk away from it and it became a foreclosure.
Right. Because a lot of people think that they can do that. They watch these TV programs
they sure
and
do.
They think, if he can do it, I can do that.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as they make it look on TV.
Yeah, you need to have your ducks in a row. And trust me, what looks like a good investment with the wrong financing options to finance that investment can go south real quick.
Yes, sir.
So highly recommend giving Terri a call over at Supreme Lending. Terri Wagner's her website, by the way, terriwagner.com.
Yes.
And all right, well, very good. That's some good info.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Hey, folks, Inside Real Estate, Mike Kruizinga, come on back in a few.